for something, and I apologize that there's a little bit of that distraction for a little bit, but she's not quite in bed yet. But I'm here. Don't worry about that.
All right,
Man,
and we are there.
We got some awesome new tokens, I see.
Oh yeah, let's talk about those a little bit before we get into the actual meat of the game. Is everybody satisfied with the look of your updated token?
Yes.
Are there any, like, if you want to make changes, I don't think I can give you guys the ability to color them, but if you take your model and change it, then I can take it and do the color to it.
Doug, it looks
And
like I'm spitting some fire rhymes right now.
Yeah, some straight dope rhymes right to the dome is what I would suggest. Brock finally is now 100% an alchemist, and you can tell because both hands are holding bombs. Gabriel now reflects his new armor choices. Now that we've got this ability to rapidly produce colored tokens, I think we might do some top-down dungeoneering here in the near future.
Ooh.
As opposed to all this isometric stuff we've done. It'll be like Gauntlet.
I saw a build it yourself, like, you know, Baldur's Gate. You ever played that or seen it?
Yeah.
A screenshot of it. It looks like that, and you should be able to build a set in essence digitally, and then we could play it out with our tokens on that. Can't remember what it's called, but I'll see if I can't find it again for you.
Nice. I approve that message. Unless it's a lot of coding.
It looks like it's a lot of work, but I don't know. We'll see.
My days of making custom levels ended when Bungie no longer supported frickin' Marathon.
I think, Dave, I think I sent you a link maybe a couple weeks ago with a bunch of free Dungeons and Dragons resources.
Excellent. I have not had an opportunity to check it. No, I have not had an opportunity to check into that.
Or you can just steal some more stuff from the coloring book version of Dante's Inferno. That's also awesome.
Yeah, I kind of miss our time in hell because it was all 12th century psychonauts working for the church. I gotta steal all their stuff. Now that we're doing like modern stuff in a world, I'm stealing assets from people who care about that stuff. And if the guy who took this picture of the sand dunes wants to sue us, then I guess we're fucked.
Well, we're not making money off of this, are we?
I'm raking it in hand over fist, suckers. You should have gotten in on the ground floor.
Wait, have we turned D&D into a pyramid scheme?
I'm pretty sure it's always a pyramid scheme.
I prefer Ponzi. And that's exactly what we've turned Dungeons and Dragons into. So, let us commence the next Bardo and the telling of the tales that these brave heroes embarked upon. When last we saw our heroes, they were touring around the 7 kingdoms of Westeros, destroying monsters which were popping up for unknown reasons all across the kingdoms. Today we find our party in the sunny climes of Dorne, where a headache giant by the name of Thrabulator is destabilizing the food supplies by eating everything he can find and then giving everybody headaches. The party did successfully manage to assuage his hunger for a breakfast time by casting Boku spells and poisoning it, and you guys are running across the sandy dunes, tracking a loopy, drugged up giant seen here carrying a stone and wearing a loincloth. And in the distance over the dunes,
that I failed to raise, by the way. I was trying desperately to get that loincloth up, and I failed twice.
You can probably take an opportunity to peek at some point in time if you're interested. So these are pretty big dunes, and it's pretty sandy, getting sand in your junk and stuff. And he's tall enough that you don't lose sight of him as he goes under a dune, in the valleys and crests on top. And you notice that as you get farther away from him, or the headache kind of ebbs with distance, and you hear him shouting out behind him as he's escaping. "Leave me alone! I just want to consume all available calories in peace."
What do you think, boys? Do we take to the air and rain down angel fire on this fool, or because is he getting away, Dave?
I think you guys should be able to pace him without too much trouble. His speed is pretty fast, but doesn't compare to your flying speed. So he will get away from you on foot. But if you guys take to the air, your fly speeds are generally 60, right?
Mine is, I think.
I got a new thing. That is fly 60. I gotta check my armor though.
I just got new baking sheet trays, and I baked some onion rings on them.
Was just about to order some of those, actually.
Dude,
so I could make nachos.
Highly recommend it. Onion ring nachos?
Ooh. No, oh, dude, that's an invention.
You crazy man.
You crazy guy. You're crazy. All right. I'm ready to start that up. Give me some honey mustard to dip it in. Woo!
Oh, man.
I'm going to actually realize that I don't know that I have a way to keep up for very long. Like, I can teleport a couple of times a day, but then I don't have a way to fly or keep up.
Delaware, get on my back! What ho?
I thought you had a fly, Delaware.
No, he's been teleporting everywhere. He started teleporting before the rest of the party started flying for the most part. But that's just how he's been pacing with y'all. Oh, that's right. You can.
Yeah, I can cast fly directly on him.
All right. Yeah. I think that's like the best option. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I think we should rid the realm of this headache monster once and for all.
Tyrion sees you guys doing all your prepping for your fly spells and stuff. You like power up action with a montage, and he's like, "Very good. I'll make my way back to our camp and get it ready for you, gentlemen. Once you're done flying around, your acts of bravery." Not.
Was I an elemental when we were last? I think I cast elemental body because I see that I have in my notes that I cast my 5th level spell, and now I got to remember which element I was.
Did you cast an elemental body for this giant or for the last? I remember you did for the last giant.
Yeah, I think I changed it up.
Okay. Well, if it was air, then you have a fly speed.
Yeah. I think. Hold on a second, because it was. Yes, because I said air because of the dex bonus, which would help with firing, because it's a ranged weapon.
Excellent.
Because last time we were fighting with rock, but I did note that I cast the 5th level spell, so and I would have picked one of the ones with dex, so and fire wouldn't have made any sense. So
you do have a freaking way to fly. And that's by turning
I do now.
into
Yep.
a being of the air.
Yep.
Nice.
Yes. So that's sorry. I'm catching myself up.
All right, guys. Hey, Dave, will a fly speed of 30 do it, or do I need a 60?
To catch him easily, you'll need a speed of 60. He's got a
Okay.
speed of 50. And it looks like, and he's moving. He's like he's not hauling ass for a sprint. Like he's in a long haul kind of move. So if your move is 30, you can catch him in short bursts, and if you can stop him, then cool. But otherwise, it's going to be like run up to him, smack him. At the end of a charge, you can charge him. And that'll probably
Gotcha.
work for a couple of rounds until he is now like out of range for you to keep that up.
Okay, so 60 is going to be better. So I'll go with the armor to be able to fly.
All right.
Shall we, gentlemen? Well,
Take to the skies.
all right.
All right, so there's
Flying
nothing
after
but
him and-
sand around here, sand and sun. You're out in the open desert. You can see you guys once you take to the skies, you can see where you had camped out the night before and left the meal for this dude. You see Tyrion and Brock making little steps back towards that area. And I guess it's initiative time. You guys want to roll for initiative? Me first?
Yeah.
Oh, gentlemen, by the way, I have just completed the second book of the 3 Body Problem series. I cannot recommend it highly enough. It is, well, among other things, it's super depressing, but it's really good science fiction. There's this particular scene that I'm thinking of in the second book, The Dark Forest, where we've been aware for like 200 years that an aliens race is coming to wipe out the Earth. And so we've been building our incredible armada and everything, and we're pretty sure that since they've been gone, they've left, their world hundreds of years ago, we've totally sussed out all their plans, and we've got the hottest tech and stuff like that. So we've built this armada, and we fly it out to intercept their first little like scout ship, and the scout ship just wrecks the entire armada. It's not even built for combat, but it's this like teardrop of like chrome. It just reflects all signals you can possibly bounce off of it. It is impervious to anything, even nuclear weaponry. And once it realizes it's being attacked, it just starts flying through other ships. It's flying through the human ships and blowing them up one at a time, and decimates the entire force. Oh my lord! Made me feel good in this time.
20 for Gabe. Also, I had cast Aid last time, and I did not roll hit points for people.
That sounds just like humans, though. Our hubris is unmatchable.
Dude, such a good hubrisy moment. It was so good. So good.
Everyone has
so
11 temporary hit points from my Aid spell that I cast last at when we started combat, and he started running away last time.
How dare you give me AIDS?
Yeah, but you're lag boot and you're immune to it. You just get 11 hit points. I also had cast Bark Skin and Bull Strength on myself.
Looking pretty strong, and you could use a scrub.
Yeah, can we take a second to admire the fanny pack on Delaware?
Dude, height of fashion.
That's pretty dope. And also, I learned a long time ago, you never make fun of a man wearing a fanny pack.
No. No, never do that, because they probably keep a pistol in there.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know the trend.
I'll tell you guys a story at the end of the episode
Uh,
about fanny packs and pistols.
hey Simmons, are you gonna roll? Are you putting away a child to its bedtime? What's going on? What are you guys gonna do while we're waiting?
He's muted.
Okay.
I was muted. No, I was not doing that. I was doing math to.
This is the funnest group
Typical.
I've ever. This is the funnest group. You know, I was doing math, dude. Hold on.
Math
For fun.
related to things to make sure that I can still give myself the initiative bonus.
You guys
So
remember
I
when
will do that.
back in the day when we invented the brief history of time drinking game? Because we were cool.
Okay, so
What? Every time they mention math in the book, you have to drink.
Oh, it was something even cooler. Like, we're gonna read a chapter out of it out loud, and then we're gonna have a discussion that follows. And if ever anyone thinks your contribution is dumb, you have to take a shot.
Great.
okay, so
Good old days.
That's the bonus for this combat, and then
So Delaware,
Sorry,
did you
just
hear the
messing
part
with
about
time.
your fanny pack? Did you say anything, but you were just muted?
I didn't really say anything.
Oh.
I was impressed. I was just saying fanny packs. You got to travel prepared.
It actually doesn't necessarily look like that. It looks like a device or like some sort of.
Oh, it's
bat belt.
absolutely a modern day fanny pack.
Bert Kreischer was so lucky to have his fanny pack when he met the Russian mob because he was going to do lemon drops with them. He had some lemon and some. Well, he figured they'd supply the vodka or whatever.
Plus 7. So, any bonuses are we getting to initiative?
Not for me. You got
Just the one from-
+1 bonus to attack rolls.
All right. So then that will be this time. It'll be D20. So we'll do +8. Okay. All right. Sorry, that took so long.
All right, Gabe, what are you gonna do?
Well, my initiative. I got the top initiative, but I'm gonna fly up and shoot a bunch of arrows at him.
All right, this is the first roll you did, not the 1d8 + 9. All right.
No.
Delaware, lag boot. What are your intended actions?
Cast a spell.
Yeah, I'd like to.
All right.
We're flying. Are we up above him now?
Yeah. You got.
I guess we got to get there.
Yeah, I'd like to cast a spell at him.
All right. I'm gonna roll this guy's initiative as well. It is like the first thing in the stat block, and I always forget that. And I'm always like, why is it the first thing in the stat block? All right, so he's actually going to keep running, but he hears you, Gabe, getting ready to do some arrows. Now y'all are out of his range, so carry on with your activities.
All right.
Out of his
my
loud.
turn?
Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do deadly aim. And I'm gonna do many shot, and I'm gonna do rapid shot. So deadly aim is gonna give me -3 to attack, +6 to damage. Many shot is no. Okay, so I got -5 to attack from that. Lag boot, are you doing anything to give us bonuses to attack?
Well, actually, I was just about to mention that you guys actually heard a slight humming in the background, and it kind of sounded like, and it's like a teaspoon of Clorox makes the temperature go down, the temperature go down, the temperature go down. A teaspoon of Clorox makes the temperature go down.
Well, if your bard is saying it, you gotta believe it.
Do I get that a bonus yet, Dave, or no?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what's the bonus, lag boot?
Dose
Yes, plus
to
2.
attack damage
Plus
and
2.
saves against fear.
Sweet. Is that a morale bonus or
You know, I believe it is a morale.
Morale.
Let's
Yes, I think it is. Let me
Okay.
look it up. But
okay? So that doesn't stack with my aid, but I got -3. So roll d20 plus 11. First attack, touch attack 18.
you hit.
All right. That's with many shot. So that deals 2d8 plus 10. I'm guessing he's not evil, outsider, or undead. Correct, Dave?
That's a fair assessment. I've been there, Lynn.
22.
tell that kid to get a job.
Oh, did I get +2 to damage too, lag boot?
Yes.
Or okay, 24 damage for my first shot, Dave.
Awesome. It rings true, the thwick from your bow, and goes right into the dude's solar plexus. No, you're facing the other way from the back, so into his rib cage. And it makes a small little incision kind of point there. And he's like, ah! And you guys all feel it too. You guys can take 11 points of damage.
Oh.
Damn.
Everybody in chasing range.
Okay. I'm gonna chalk that one up to last night's whiskey. Figure it's just my liver hurting a little bit.
Sounds good.
Fire another shot. 20.
You hit. You have to work pretty hard to miss the barn doors that are giants with your light arrows.
10 damage to him.
5 damage to everybody else in the party.
Cool.
And it comes in the form of
Okay.
like piercing headache, but you guys feel it synchronized to the lancing blows that the arrows are raining down on this guy.
Guys, he's reflecting damage. Should you sure you want me to throw this fireball at him?
All right. Last arrow. 16.
Hits.
Seven damage.
You guys know the drill. Take 4.
I thought we rounded down.
Okay, take 3 then.
that one hit point's gonna matter.
Ouch, guys! Oh! I'm not sure I should cast this spell at him.
So he he repeats his refrain, "Leave me alone," and he throws the stone he's got right back at you, Gabe. His attack roll
Good.
is 26.
Oof. Let me check my AC. Oh, that misses because I got bark skin on.
Nice. So you manage to roll with the blow, and the stone it hits you, but just blows you off course a little bit.
My AC is 28 right now.
All right, cool.
Like the other giant, can we tell if this is like a disease emanating from him, or is this like a? Do we know about this?
Yeah, so you did
thorns
get
thing
the
he's
same
got?
kind of like transmutation lingering kind of like background radiation coming off of him. He's not like a disease vector though, like the last monster was. He's the giant that you previously encountered was like had like some Ebola going on, some like necromantic a necrotic Ebola thing. And this guy is giving you the hangover feels, not Ebola. And he's doing that thing where he's sharing his pain.
Interesting.
Lightboot or
Yeah.
Delaware?
I would like to try and dispel magic on this giant to rid him of his headache powers, if possible.
Sounds good. In this case, I think you're going to need to do like a caster level check. Let's look up dispel magic. End an ongoing spell that has been cast on a creature or object, or to temporarily suppress the magical abilities of a magical item, or to counter another spellcaster's spell. A dispelled spell ends if its duration has expired. You can dispel, let's see here, targeted dispel. One creature, object, or spell is the target of the spell magic. You make one dispel check, 1d20 plus your caster level, and compare that to the spell with the highest caster level, which is DC 11 plus the spell's caster level. If successful, that spell ends. If not, compare the same result to the spell with the next higher caster level. So you will roll a d20 at your level.
Plus 9. Okay, I'm level 9, right? Let's see.
This is correct, sir.
Okay. I rolled a 19.
All right. You reach out with your thaumaturgical powers and attempt to snuff out the force that is powering this giant's psychic powers, and you burn your fingers a little bit, and you have to draw back, and you were unable to dispel the magic around this beast. This giant who just wants to eat all the food.
All right, so as I'm like flailing back, I'd like to send a message to my people if possible, and to say, guys, I'm not sure you should hit it with a big attack. It might kill me. I've only got 25 hit points left.
Can I reply?
Sure.
What's a hit point, man?
I mean, I'm almost dead, bro.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got a rating system for my stream, and we call them hit points, and it's like bits and donations and stuff. So I only have like $20, man.
Yeah, you better watch that rating system. Delaware, what you up to now, boy?
He might be changing a nappy.
That's fair enough. On the
I am
subject
not
of boy,
changing anything.
sounds a little defensive. Perhaps he's a little too close to the mark.
Oh, sorry. Sidebar, Lagboot, you have 11 more hit points than you thought you did because of my aid spell.
Okay, nice.
As does Delaware, as does I.
Yeah, I just wiped out when we took the first 11 day. I was like, oh, okay, well, that was coincidental.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna try with one of my tokems to cast Subduing Ray.
All right.
Since we're all
thinking with
taking
your noodle, huh?
damage, I might try non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I like the thought.
See if that's maybe better instead of us feeling all this normal pain. So I just have to make the successfully make the ranged attack. So that's, hold on, I was 9 plus we get 2 for that. So that's 11.
Now, is it a ranged touch attack or a ranged normal attack?
Ranged touch attack.
All right.
So it's my base
Roll it.
attack plus the 2.
Plus your dex bonus. Base attack bonus, dex bonus, morale bonus.
Okay, so that's plus, I forgot that, yeah. Hold on. Boom. Okay.
Awesome. You totally hit him with your
So,
gloved punches of spell.
okay. Hold on a second. And then should we do, you may fire plus 1 additional ray for every 4 levels beyond 3rd. So I get another ray. So I guess it's a separate attack. And let's do that again. 22.
Hit again.
So that would then be, okay, give me a quick second. 10, so we'll do that twice, which would then be 10d6 of non-lethal damage.
What is this, a stun ray?
Yep.
Okay,
Basically.
that's pretty cool.
Good thinking. You did not experience any of that damage yourself. And you can get 45,000 XP for considering that.
That's a lot.
Yep. Just catches you up with the rest of the party. Now you guys are neck and neck for the next milestone.
All right.
How convenient for you, Dave.
All right. Shall we just go top of the round again? Gabe, what are you going to do?
Go first, so I don't have to tell you. Yet.
No, we're just going to go from the top of the initiative now to the bottom. I'll just keep the same initiative.
Can I do well, I definitely want to do a knowledge arcana or religion or whatever you think is best to figure out what's afflicting this guy, like if it's like, you know, a disease, if it's magic ailment, if it's something else.
Use knowledge arcana. Use knowledge arcana.
Okay, so I want to do that first off, and then appropriately assess what I should try and fix on this dude. Do you want me to roll that now?
Yes, please.
25. Not too bad.
All right. No, you got your gears in your brain working, and thinking about the nature of the aura of the transmutation that you see lingering both about the last giant you fought and this giant. You're thinking that this world is a world where magic is waning, and without the dragons, with the death of the last warging human, there's very little place for the magic to spill into this world. And so you would say, oh well, perhaps these monsters that are appearing are kind of like what happens when the waning magic of this world doesn't have a focus, like dragons or wizards or sorcerers. But also the nature of the aura makes you think that something is pulling the strings on it and kind of directing it. And the fact that there's one in every kingdom seems a little too convenient. So if you had to put your finger on it, it was that somebody was aware that there was all of this magic ready to go and is pushing this realm by tipping the scales and by casting this spell, creating these monsters. It's very efficient if you think about it. Like they got a lot of bang for their buck casting these spells where there's just so much magic ready to happen. If you guys had time to do appropriate studying, etc., that Leonard Cohen is currently working on as well, perhaps you could figure out a way to replicate this effect, or even design your own effects that like exploited draining magic.
Okay. So do I think it's a magical thing that can be fixed rather than like some kind of virus, or like I guess I'm asking, like, do I try and dispel it? Do I try and cure it? Do I try and inject bleach in this bitch?
Well, listen to the lyrics of the song, obviously.
Shoot it with some UV light from the inside out, which was what I was
Clorox
doing, so
makes
that
the
probably doesn't
temperature
work.
go down.
Has anyone started selling ultraviolet enemas yet?
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's coming.
I got a device that could do that. I just need a tube. I can pump out a lot of ultraviolet light. Anyway, so can my character,
I got to
and that's
pause
what
the
he was
game for
doing.
a second so I can put a story out here. This is awesome. I was thinking about just this a couple of days ago, and I was hanging out at my venue, the Stray Cat, as I was wont to do back in the day. And since we were so close to the penitentiary, we had a lot of people drift through from who had just recently gotten out of jail. And one of my associates, who was a erotic tools enthusiast, had just purchased some like hysteria tools from the 1800s that they were like wands that you plugged in and spun up, and they would like create a static charge, and then they would shock you when you touch them to your skin. And so he was showing us how he had purchased these from the flea market, and we were having fun using them on each other. And this guy who had just gotten out of jail was like, "So what do? You use this on some chick's cooter or something?" And my friend who had purchased it was like, "Not if you call it a cooter."
That's kind of like the electric tennis racket we used to have at the house on Edison.
I was thinking the same thing.
Chris, were you there when we had that?
I've been, yes. I remember playing with that at your, like, when you were in that townhouse.
Yeah, on Edison. Yeah.
Yep.
And like
off of Gatling Court.
I distinctly remember hanging out with you guys and playing with that thing.
And there was some Muppet that charged it up and touched it and shocked himself because he thought it was a Wii toy. Like he thought it was an accessory for the Nintendo Wii, which we did not have. We didn't own a Nintendo Wii.
It doesn't mean you wouldn't have a Wii accessory.
It's true, but that would be silly.
Right. I actually have plenty of accessories to consoles that I don't personally own.
True.
At any rate, I have successfully derailed the combat. Now let's get back to it. Gabe, with your newfound knowledge and thoughts about this guy, you think that perhaps dispelling magic would have some effect, but it seems to be the power of the magic is pretty. There's a lot of like amperage behind it, so you'd need to put a strong dose of dispel up there.
Okay. Yeah, because I've basically been shooting ultraviolet light into him.
Yes, you have. And it ultraviolet hurt him.
And it ultraviolet hurt us too.
Yes.
Okay. What was I gonna look for? Just 1 second, guys. Okay. So I'm gonna do a bit of luck for myself, which
All
is
right.
a domain trait for my cleric class. You
Okay.
touch a willing creature as a standard action. Next round, anytime the target rolls a d20, he may roll twice to take the more favorable result. So I'm going to do that for myself this round and then just try and keep pace with him.
All right. Pace him up, son. He's going to throw another rock at you.
Damn, he's carrying more than one?
He just kind of scoops them up out of the ground like they're right underneath the sand. He's got like a feel for it. 27 doesn't hit though, I don't believe.
Nope, 28 is my AC right now.
I'm scooting up there, man. Lightboot, Delaware.
Lightboot, you go first.
Delaware totally does not have a nappy to change.
So I wish I knew more about this magic. I could try and charm this guy. And
What else do you want to know about the magic? Ask a question, roll a knowledge check, and I will answer your question with the knowledge of correctitude, despite your limited ability to understand.
Well, you mentioned the if we had more time to study it, that we could learn and harness it, maybe learn something from it, so we could harness it. And that's what I was curious about. How long we would need. If I were to say charm this monster and have him hang out with us for a bit, call Leonard Cohen in here, we could figure out what's going on with it. Maybe there is somebody who's created these monsters or pulling the strings. I'd like to know more about that portion of it so we can get the ultimate revenge if you're feeling me.
So I'm feeling you. I'm going to bring up two issues with it. First, this guy is cool. Like, he's not trying to fight you. He is just massively hungry and broadcasting headaches. So even if you did charm him, that wouldn't solve the problem with him being a monster. Second of all, Leonard Cohen you guys are on roaming mode. Like, you guys cannot afford the charges for communicating at this point in time. You haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. So with that being said, let me figure out what I'd like to do here. So do I understand the nature of Delaware's attacks on this guy? I mean, is he going to be able to subdue him?
Yeah, you see him pointing his gun or his wrist blasters, and you see distinctly not his normal laser fire coming out of the rock out of the wrist, and you're like, oh, that didn't hurt us. So if you have some subdual attacks, feel free to switch to them without incurring the wrath of the claim of metagame.
But Gabriel's who was getting attacked originally, correct?
Yep, the rocks got thrown at Gabriel.
All right, I'd like to cast mirror image on Gabriel, if that's possible. Can I cast it on somebody else, or is it just something?
Yeah, I think so. Let's check. Mirror image. Oh, it's personal.
Okay.
Do it on you.
All right.
Yeah, you can have all. Yeah.
I just wanted to. Yeah, I'd like to avoid getting hit with any stones from this guy, or help you avoid them. If I can't help you, then I'll do it on myself, so I can kind of mitigate the chance of getting hit by any boulders.
Sounds good.
Or any more attacks.
All right, is that me?
He's got to roll how many
Sorry.
how many mirror images he gets, I think. 1d4 images plus 1 per 3 caster levels. You're a 9th level caster, so you get 3 additional. It's 1d4 plus 3.
Ooh. Ooh.
If you wouldn't mind telling me what that number was.
4. Dude, that looks so
Not
cute.
bad.
You're never gonna find me.
Nice. All right, Delaware, it's all you, Mon Frere.
Hi, I'm gonna do the same thing. That seemed to be most effective.
Sounds good.
So
I yell out, Delaware, you're a badass, dude.
I give him the Revolution
excellent.
Fist,
Yeah, give him that Revolution Fist. He feels
that
it.
raised fist. So first attack and second attack, so that hits both times. It would sound like.
I do believe
So
so.
So we'll do another 37 non-lethal damage.
Say it with me now, everyone. Fist in the air in the land of hypocrisy. This giant is not having it. He's crying. What a pathetic giant.
Oh man, I'm feeling bad for him.
Dave, I'm glad that all of those years in high school of you riding around in my car and me making you listen to Rage Against the Machine has paid off.
Never once listened to it voluntarily. Top of the round, Gabe. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try and cast a spell.
Do it.
All right.
You're gonna kill me.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic. I get to roll d20 twice.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I hit the wrong button. Successes, 0 successes. All right, d20 plus.
Sounds
9.
like my life.
I got a 23 and a 12. So 23.
Neither of those are good enough. He is still a giant. He is still fully magical. And he does not appreciate you. He kind of appreciates you, but he kind of throws a rock in your general direction nonetheless and continues hoofing it off into the sunset. Lag boot, Delaware, what you gonna do?
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing until I can no longer cast second level spells.
All right. How about you, Lag?
I'd like to try and cast Dispel again on this guy. Just let's see if we can't rid him of this headache magic so we can use our real spells on him. So I'm gonna roll again for that.
Delaware, yeah, both y'all do those things.
Shit, fuck damn it. Need a 20.
All right, I'm up.
20 would definitely optimize the results.
Okay. Oops, sorry.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
misclicked.
you know what? Yeah, it's fine. We can use that damage because you can't possibly miss actually.
Oh, okay.
Like with touch spells, giants are pretty easy to hit with touch spells.
So 36?
In a row?
36 dicks in a row? Oh, sorry.
So I was 37.
I'm 37?
All right, Gabe.
37 dicks.
All right. I'm gonna bit of luck myself again. I can do it 3 times plus my wisdom modifier, which is +3, so I can do it 4 more times after this.
Nice. And then he's going to throw the rock back at you.
Still missing.
Yeah, he does. He's not. His heart really isn't into it. Like, he doesn't want to be a monster. Delaware, Lightboot, going to continue dispelling and/or subdual rays.
That is the plan. Let me know if you want me to continue to roll the attack rolls or just.
Yeah, I'm
What's
just curious to see if a dispel will fire off before you guys successfully subdue him.
All right, Blackboot, you go first.
All right, I'm rolling. All right.
And
Listen here, monster. We want to try and help you. Ugh.
Excellent. You're feeling the dispel. You're feeling you got that aura. You see it. You're trying to crush it with your fist, trying to pinch its face. Not successful yet, though. Delaware, why don't you do some damage?
Okay. We're just going to skip right to that. Same thing again.
Very consistent, sir. Gabe, do your double.
Hey,
D20.
guess what? I got this spell. It's called Break Enchantment.
Ooh.
This spell frees victims from enchantments, transmutations, and curses. Break Enchantment can reverse even an instantaneous effect. For such set effect, you must make a caster level check, d20 plus caster level, against a DC plus caster level of the effect.
Great.
Success means the creature is free of the spell, curse, or effect. So I'm going to roll d20 plus 9, 24 for the first one, and 13 for the second.
Dang, sons. Delaware, you want to try and subdue this guy again? Oh, wait.
You got to roll.
Yeah. He's not even really throwing rocks at you anymore. He's just like...
No. Wait, for Break Enchantment, though, DC plus the caster level?
It's the same
DC
as
11? 11 plus
11 plus caster level, right? Same as with
oh, okay.
Dispel
Gotcha.
Magic. Specifically, Break Enchantment can work on things that Dispel Magic can't because it was instantaneous.
Gotcha. Okay. So
and,
I was thinking spell level, not caster level. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
I yell out, "Spirits be gone!" And I cast Dispel Magic on this guy again on the next.
All right, do it. Or, spirits,
you can hang out for a bit longer. Okay.
I think this is my last second level spell. So this is I could start using higher level spell slots for this, but let's see if we can't change up the plan.
People do it all the time, man. It's not uncommon. I'm ready to add another 36 damage to this guy.
Yeah, come on. Oh! Let's consider that a failure. Total failure.
You know what? It is enough. It is enough to put the headache down for a little bit. He takes it. You manage to psychic punch him right there in the taint, and he goes down. And you get a good look of what was underneath his kilt, just like you always wanted.
5 lag boots. Oh, right. That's the.
It
that's
falls
the mirror image
and crushes 2 mirror images of Lagboot.
Damn, Lagboot, you have like your own hype man. That's pretty cool. And backup dancers. So is he unconscious now?
He is out for the count.
So what do we? Can I? Okay, so I'm gonna take a dagger and give him a little stabby.
All right.
If I poke him, what happens?
It hurts him and you and Legboot
okay.
and Delaware. What, is everyone taking 1 point of damage? Do you want to roll it? What's going on?
I mean, I was just gonna give him a little pinprick.
All right. Yeah. Even when he's unconscious, he's broadcasting all of his feels.
So what do you guys want to do? I mean, Delaware, do you have Dispel Magic as a spell you can cast?
Yeah, I can.
I do.
Boost you somehow. Break enchantment.
I do have Dispel Magic. I could try that.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, everybody, it's all D20 plus caster level check, so it's all D20 plus 9. So everyone, just whoever rolls a
just
20
spam
first,
it.
I guess.
Okay, hold on a second.
See how many times you guys can cast it today, because you guys might have to wait until this guy wakes up again.
Well, Gabriel can only cast it once because that's how many times he had it prepared. So,
good point.
He's a dumb cleric.
Someone should make some dispel tokens.
That's pretty smart. Maybe I'll do that.
Okay, let me give this a shot. Nope.
All right, so provided you guys don't come up with the magical amount of dispelling needed, what do you guys want to do? You want us to wake him up, let him wake up on his own once this temporary damage heals?
How's he looking? Like,
he looks pretty bruised, and he's got some arrow wound punctures in his back.
Okay. So I got Limdual's bag of tokens.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. What's in anything been there that can help this situation?
Do you need me to relay to you the list of things in that?
If there's a dispel magic in there.
All right. Make a fortitude save.
Oof. Do I get bonus to fortitude saves, Lagboot?
Not from his hip hop.
$26.
Awesome. So as you dig into it, you're like, oh, that's right. We had previously, a long time ago, detected that there was a contact poison on the inside of the bag. I could feel it working, or not working, but yeah, that's good. So the tokens you're looking at there are Blood Biography, Ray of Exhaustion, Vampiric Touch, Vitriol, Command Undead, Create Treasure Map, Ghoul Touch, Spectral Hands, Stone Call, Web, Burning Hands, Chill Touch, Disguise Self, Mage Armor, Protection from Good, Ray of Enfeeblement, Sculpt Corpse, Shield, True Strike, Ventriloquism, and a Penumbra cantrip.
Can you send that to me?
Sure can.
Is the poison used up now?
Nope. Or maybe, I don't know, you want to keep touching it and find out.
No, is it on the bag or the on the tokens?
It's on the bag.
Okay, I'll dump the bag out.
Limduel's going to be pissed.
Well, he's that was necromancer was one of the words that was on that. Okay, yeah, we'll just throw the bag away.
Dude, the bag reeks of decomposing flesh, or some even fouler stench, man.
Yeah.
Grave mold clings to the cloth. You guys are going to get rid of that? That's priceless. There are some things money can't buy.
That is true, but
Let me smell that. Hold up. Hey, dude, let me smell that real quick.
All right,
Woo!
make a save. Make a fortitude save.
No, oh shit. Oh no.
okay. Well, that was fun.
Poisoned.
You get a good whiff of it. It just gets you a little high.
Here's what my note said.
Badass necromancer was actually embroidered into the bag, if I recall correctly. I guess
Which
it could
bag
be-
of holding is it?
Yeah.
It's the one that says badass necromancer on it.
All right. Well,
So, as I see it, you guys could just adopt the strategy of casting all available dispels on him, and if it doesn't work, he'll wake up, and then Delaware can psychic punch him into submission again, and then you can try them tomorrow.
So
Dang,
we're
this poor
we're
guy.
gonna go rest. We're gonna go rest so we can get our spells back, and then just come back when he wakes up to do this again.
This hurts
Because,
us more than it hurts you.
Unless you got a better strategy.
Well, okay.
Why do you make me do this?
I used my dispel magic. I mean, I have more third level spell slots, but can I do that more than once and fuck off the other ones I had memorized? Or
So I guess if you were to spend an evening producing a token, then everyone could just pass it around and get maximum amount of spells tomorrow.
so we got to go back and do this whole thing again tomorrow.
Yeah, I won't make you roll the whole thing though. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys can render yourselves immune to his rock throwing and perform a sufficient amount of subdual damage to bring him down tomorrow, and then cast a bunch of spells and teabag as want.
Is there a way to keep him from getting up and eating everything? Is there any way we can, like, do we have any means of capturing him, chaining him down on anything? What do we have?
Have you seen Gulliver's Travels? Either the Jack Black version or the other.
There's a Jack Black version of Gulliver's Travels?
Yes.
I think so.
Brilliant.
You haven't seen it?
Oh
Yeah.
Dude, I love that, man.
So, how much food would satiate him if we cut off his leg and cooked it and fed it to him in the morning? Would that? I mean, it'd be hobbled too.
Who hurt you?
I really like the question. I really don't like the supporting information. I'm really worried about it. To answer Delaware first, you see a lot of sand around. If this guy were to be buried, say, up to his neck or something like that, that'd probably take him a while to get out. Also, the strategy you guys adopted the previous day of summoning magical feasts for him seemed to work a little bit. You guys poisoned it, making him kind of loopy. But if you were to cast a couple of those heroes' feasts or whatever, then you could probably keep him fed.
Well, you could mold Earth Delaware and bury him for tomorrow, and then we'll just cast Dispel on his face all day long.
I don't know that I have a means of molding Earth. How would we do that?
Oh,
Oh,
you can turn
that's
into
me.
an Earth Elemental.
No.
Okay. I thought one of
How
you.
long does it take me to make a token, Dave?
Overnight, you got to find a good object to focus into. And then it's a fairly simple enchantment.
Wait a minute.
Overnight for one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'll make a dispel magic.
Does my brainwashing hairnet thingy, does that work on his giant head, or is it too small because it's humanoid head size?
Brainwashing hairnet thing. Your helm of psychic domination or
not
whatever.
the helm of telepathy. The neural scrambler, the thing that like can make, if I can get it on someone's head, they have to do what I say.
Yeah, it's only for people of normal sized heads, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case because his head's too big.
What does it do? Give him a lobotomy digitally? Wow.
It's sort of like a it's sort of like a magical brain slug from Futurama.
The Next Bardo has no legal dependency or
Oh yeah.
attribution with Futurama, and doesn't understand that as a television series.
So, you guys want to bury this dude up to his neck in sand and then force feed him a hero's feast when he wakes up?
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
sounds like
why
fun.
not?
And then take turns at dispelling magic around him.
Yeah.
Casting the demons out.
Be gone, foul spirits.
All right, so we're gonna say you guys head back to the place from whence you
Where
came.
we belong, West Virginia.
This dude is not here. He's off on the horizon or whatever. Tyrion and Brock have produced a lovely fire and have got some victuals ready for you as you guys return. Tyrion says, "Welcome back, brave travelers. I assume you have slain the beast."
I mean,
Contained the beast?
Yeah, it's not a loss. We're working on the win.
It's like kissing your sister.
It's like,
I am strangely unaware of that experience.
Tyrion, how much food can you get us, and how quickly can you get us that food?
I have. I must merely send a crow or a message by perhaps magical means, and I can get us all the food that the realms are capable of producing.
Lagboot man, like, I'll take care of that. Like, we don't want to exhaust their supplies. Like, we don't want like a shortage of
Harsh winter.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, no, I'll take care of it.
Got it.
We'll make this guy's happy while we torment him. Yeah. Don't worry about it, Tyrion. We'll take care of it tomorrow.
Very good. So the giant is still alive then?
Yeah, we're trying to help figure out the nature of the magic and possibly restore this giant to his previous form. And perhaps I've said too much.
No, I appreciate that. While these monsters do pose a significant problem to the realm, my sources indicated to me that the previous giant we faced was previously a mere woodsman, and potentially, by the manner of his dress, this man was once a goat herd and a man of Dorne. So I appreciate you um, taking the time to uh, treat this man on a case on a humanitarian case rather than as a monster we had previously assumed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
totally
man.
what we did.
Yeah, I mean, like, save a giant today. You got another vote in November or whatever, man.
Tell me, with your knowledge of magic, can magic be used to listen to faraway conversations or to spy far away?
Sure. I mean, like, why?
Who
What are you getting at, Tyrion? Now you listen here.
Magic be used? Can magic be used to defend yourself against such sort of subterfuge, chicanery?
Well, yes, but who would you like to listen to, Tyrion?
I'm not interested in listening to anyone. I would like to unload the weight on my soul, but not where prying ears of a magical nature could hear.
like you want to like write out who you think might be listening?
Do you have any method by which we could talk safely? I don't trust writing any more than I trust speaking.
Yeah, we could put this helm of telepathy on you, and you could talk
Wait,
to
wait,
us
wait. Like,
in our heads.
wait, Terry, you're worried now?
I've been worried for some time.
No, like in the middle of nowhere. Like, is there like a scorpion somewhere you think is spying on you, or?
Show me this helm of telepathy, and if telepathy sounds anything like I think it sounds, then perhaps I will be able to unload to you,
I
gentlemen.
mean, if it sounds urgent, so I'm happy to. I mean, if we can convince Delaware to hand you over the helm of telepathy
Well,
temporarily, and we can talk inside of our own heads.
well, wait, I just put it on and start talking to him.
Okay.
This is most interesting that we are now talking in our brains, and you are fairly sure that it is secure from people listening and using a magical nature.
I mean, they'd have to know that I just put it on and do something. Like, there's no one just listening in constantly to this thing that I'm aware. I'm pretty. I feel relatively safe because there's no one around to say, oh, he just put on that thing. Um, if you'd like, we can try some other means that are, but I don't know of any specific ways to make this safer.
We will think on it. I'm very unfamiliar with the techniques that you are so comfortable with, this magic, and recently I have become very vexed by the possibilities, some of the occurrences that I have missed.
You know who's causing these monsters, Tyrion? Spit it out.
I have no inkling of who or what may be causing the monsters, but I do fear that King Bran that awoke from his warging is possibly not the Bran that I have known and trusted.
I mean, is that like who you're worried about, man? Like,
I'm worried about the realms.
well, yeah, but like, you know, is that who's got like your knickers in a bunch, man? Because like, you don't need to worry about that.
Gabe, are we
No.
sure? Like, this is the dude that like tricked us with a fake party boat. I
Oh,
I haven't trusted him.
oh yeah, no, no, I'm not saying like you trust Bran, but like he's not gonna hear you out here.
He has been aware of things that he could only have become aware of to all of my thinking by using magic. Also, he seems before Bran was one of the greatest wielders of magic in all the realms, confined entirely to his ability to assume the consciousness of animals. But since he has awoken, I have seen things far beyond what anyone should be capable of, far beyond the stories told to me by my friends around the campfires. I can only assume that he has somehow discovered powerful magics. Also, minor things about his personality have made me distrust that he is himself, much like a changeling swapped in the cradle.
Um, Dave, can I do a knowledge arcana check to see if there's anything, any kind of like spell or anything that can detect thoughts at long range?
Yeah, off the dome. Roll that knowledge.
All right. Um,
Yeah, I mean that's what scrying and divination is kind of good for, you know. That's what they do. Theoretically, if somebody like that telepathy exists and people can invade other people's thoughts and the ability to and like to your knowledge, it's limited to like being able to see somebody and like feel their life presence directly. But you know that there are scryers who can like have the direct presence, anywhere that they can detect anybody. So a diviner of sufficient skill could be listening to this conversation right now.
I believe illusionist.
yeah, totally.
What up?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, we're coughing as we're talking.
Yeah, we're like pig Latin. Ude uye think we ishe tell a Iriente?
Not the uncrackable code. You hear a diviner off in the distance go, "No!" JK.
Hold on a second.
It was really
Maybe
difficult. I
might
haven't
have
tried that
one.
in a long time.
Yeah, man. Tyrion, we might like.
If I can't hold on a second. If I cast Shelter out of time, well, we're in the temporary space. The time doesn't pass. Can we talk, or is it sort of instantaneous that
I
we
don't
come
know.
out later? All creatures items in the square or the conclusion casting are instantly transferred to a temporary extra-dimensional space at which time does not pass. Are only partially not transferred. Once the spell ends, the extra-dimensional space disappears. Any creatures or objects in the extra-dimensional space appear in the nearest unoccupied space. You cannot dismiss the spell once it's been cast.
So you cast this spell, and anything within the 5-foot cube blinks 6 hours per level into the future. So no, this would not give you a time shell to securely communicate in.
Okay.
Rope trick is the spell that we need.
Now that creates an extra dimensional space, and so
Right.
if the diviner were limited to the plane of existence, which most low and mid-level diviners absolutely are, then this would give you freedom to communicate.
Does anyone have a way to make other people understand other languages?
No, that's like tongues or babble or other spells like that.
I don't.
I have tongues.
Uh,
I have the spell tongues. I learned it.
we don't know for a fact what languages. We don't know for a fact what languages we could speak in.
The language of love is definitely out.
Yeah, love and music are universal languages, so don't be using no bardic inspiration on this.
I asked Tyrion, if the realms are secure, what does it matter if Bran is changed? If he's more wise and more powerful, I mean, doesn't that benefit the realms, Tyrion?
If he is indeed more wise and more powerful. But I am saying that Bran is a man who I have known for a very long time, and I have trusted and I vouched for when it came time to pick the king. I do not think that this is the same man. Who it is could be anyone, could be a demon, could be, with no offense to the present company.
What if he's a nice guy? You don't know him, man.
That is my absolute concern. I'm the hand of the king and on his small council, and if I do not know him, who may?
Hmm.
I kind of want to cast suggestion on this guy that the new brand is a better brand, new and improved.
I'd really like to be able to.
As you come up with that idea, Lightboot, hold that thought for a moment. As you come up, as you come up with that idea, Lightboot, you're like, oh, maybe that's what David Bowie's been doing. Maybe that's why Tyrion doesn't trust him. You're saying, Delaware?
Oh yeah, he was just saying he'd like to do that, and I'd love to have a. Now that Tyrion's planted doubt in our minds, and we're all trying to speak and cover our. I'd love to find a way to talk.
Sidebar.
Like to talk with amongst the five of us, without anybody magically listening in.
Well, before you heard Tyrion vent his misgivings, you did do a good job of convincing him that this was pretty secure.
I had no reason to think about it until he started saying that he didn't trust. And then it started reminding me of the fact that I didn't like what happened on the boat. It sort of put
Yeah.
that off my mind until someone else said something, and I was sort of like, yeah, okay, let's bygones. And then, oh, you don't trust him either. You know, maybe he's in cahoots with Abe Vigoda.
That's paranoid, man. That is straight up paranoia.
But nonetheless, I'm more concerned than I was before he said that.
Yeah. So
T-Pain's
you
the
guys
one that
know
stole our teeth. Just remember that. Abe Vigoda might have
Abe
been in
Vigoda-
on it, but T-Pain's the one who stole our teeth.
He did rub it in a little bit. So obviously Tyrion is concerned and suspicious because that is not in fact the same Bran. You guys are aware of that, and you know for a fact that Tyrion is not aware of that now. Also, you do know that he is a competent illusionist and that he was studying the whatever Leonard Cohen has been teaching you and the other people he has been inviting or accepting into the Tower of Song. But you have no reason to suspect that he is a master diviner as well as an illusionist. But then again, if your inability to contact other planes, such as Leonard in the Tower of Song, or using the other techniques that you tried to get off the plane temporarily, are also a result of the same force that is, creating these monsters, and or somehow connected to David Bowie. And then that's not illusion either. That's incredibly powerful dimensional abjuration magic. So either it's all a coincidence, could be, or Sigmundo is in cahoots with other more powerful magicians than himself, perhaps rivaling the power of Leonard Cohen, or even more powerful. And or, potentially he is a way more powerful magician than even Leonard Cohen was aware. So you got some of this long-term stuff to think about. You also have a sleeping giant dunes away from you. Two problems to think about.
I mean, we should take care of the immediate.
Yeah, maybe we should ask Tyrion to chill out and let us think about that. And we'll meet him back at King's Landing once we have all these monsters under control. And we'll
or at least the one we've got buried in the sand, we should take care of that.
Yeah.
And
Let's jump the first
maybe
hurdle before we get to the next one.
Like-
let's fix him, and then maybe we'll interrogate him a little bit about what he was doing, because that's totally not going to help. But hey, it'll be fun.
Also, maybe we do want to think about what Tyrion was saying before we go traveling around, fighting the symptoms and not the disease, as it were.
Yeah, I'm thinking none of these monsters are in the north, so maybe after this headache monster, maybe we should go check that area out. But yeah, I don't think that. I think if we have the helmet telepathy on and we're talking through that, like, no one's gonna hear us if we're in the middle of nowhere.
Fair assumption. Unless it was a Vagoda.
Bastard.
You are.
If I ever see that guy again. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's try. Should we deal with the poor hungry giant we buried in the sand?
Yeah, we should probably do that first. I mean,
Let's
solve
all
the
prepare
problems
for
you
a
can at
bunch of
home.
dispels and then create a feast again and hopefully assuage his hunger for a moment.
All right. So between the heroes feasts and the token dispels, I think you guys have a pretty solid strategy for incapacitating and resolving this monster problem in a very kid gloves, sensitive to the local way.
How are we gonna feed this? I mean, are we just gonna sit here and keep making magical food though? Like, this isn't a long term. So he's gonna be hungry again.
We'll dispel it eventually.
We'll bribe information out of him with each bite. We'll give him a little nibble and entice him a little bit and say, "Hey, tell us what happened to you," and then we'll give you the rest. Let's torture him.
All right.
If we're not gonna kill him, what are we gonna do with him when we go off to other things?
Hopefully dispel with the stick.
Yeah,
and then
he can go back
he'll
to
just be a guy.
Look on the.
You won't be a hungry giant anymore.
Tyrion, if Tyrion's
the old clay of the West.
Correct.
All right. I like it. I like
it.
You get 70 billion experience points for the Blazing Saddles reference.
I like it.
We will enact this plan on the morrow when you guys wake up next week as the Next Bardo continues.
Right.
Right on.
Pleasure, gentlemen. See you the next time.
Yeah, totally.
Cheers.
Thanks for the fun, guys. I'm going to send you the link again. I'll send you the link again to try the thing, okay?
Oh, Dave, did you see the link for Gulliver's Travels?
Yes, I did. I'm interested to watch that.
Oh, also, have you been watching Jack Black on Instagram?
No.
Have you been watching Jack Black on Jablinski Games, his YouTube channel?
Jablinski Games is brilliant. I have been watching some Jablinski Games. What's he been doing on Instagram as of late?
He's been doing awesome exercising.
Dancing as a cowboy on his mini ramp. I mean, what more can you ask for?
I don't know. I loved him so much in House with a Clock in Its Walls. He was so good as Uncle Jonathan. He did Brutal Legend, and for that I will always love him.
Follow him on Instagram. It is definitely inspiring, and there's nothing like watching like a little fat man exercise and dance and get you pumped up. Yeah.